It's the Schick Show. It's the Schick Show.
It's the Schick Show.
Well, I couldn't be more excited. This has only taken like the entirety of a year to make happen.
I'm still not sure about it.
I think it's pretty awesome. Oh, what's going on there? Oh, shoot. There it is. Headphones got all hung up. Yeah, man. I'm a professional podcaster in my own amateur way. So the other day I saw a meme, and I think I shared it with you. Well, I shared it on Facebook too, but it was about wherever you go travel within, a couple days of being there or a few hours. You're like, oh yeah, we're gonna move here,
Yeah.
and that's what I was thinking about earlier when you asked me, "So we gonna podcast about this week?" I said, I don't know, but all I kept going back to was that stupid meme, and I was thinking about how dumb it is that I can't get it out of my head, for one, but two, because it's like everywhere we go, there's very few places we've gone where we go, oh, we're not going to live here.
No. Like one. I can think of one place.
Well, it's because we were just there. So Memphis is certainly not a place where we go, oh, yeah, I want to live here.
No.
And to be honest, I was disappointed. Beale Street was disappointing.
It was very disappointing.
I was totally expecting like a Nashville, Duval Street type feel.
Mm-hmm.
It was not. It wasn't even close.
No.
Like,
it was like 2 blocks. Was it even 2 blocks?
no, it was more than that.
Was it?
Yeah, I
It
think
felt like 2 city blocks.
it may have been 3 blocks, but
That's not. But I was thinking like whole downtown.
Yeah.
Street.
I mean,
I guess we were a little bit
it was a Saturday night.
spoiled with Duval Street.
Dude, Duval Street's off the hook, and I could totally see myself living in. Oh man, I could totally see myself living in Key West.
Not for long. You'd die of like cirrhosis or something.
Well, probably. I mean, holy crap! What else do you do there? That's what I want to know. Is
You
what?
sit and watch everybody else. That's
Well,
watch
maybe.
people.
I mean, you become good friends with somebody with a boat.
Well, I was gonna say you get a boat.
Yeah,
I mean, you can't live there without a boat.
I don't think so
Happily.
either.
Happily, no.
Because, well, number one, where are you gonna park your car?
What car? You don't even need a car.
Exactly. So, not parking a car, don't need a car. You got to have a boat. So you need a boat slip and a boat, or really good friends that are only there a couple weeks a year that have a boat there.
Or a sea-doo.
Ooh, a sea-doo would be cool.
Is that what they're called?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like a ski-doo.
Oh, yeah.
But that's the snowmobile.
Yeah, I think it's a
But
sea-doo.
I think it is a sea-doo. I think you're totally right. I could totally see myself living there. 100% could see myself living in Naples.
Mm.
100% could see myself living around Cocoa Beach. I thought that was a really cool place because it's like old. It's not super developed.
Yeah.
You can tell it's like
It felt 70s-ish.
yeah, I was going to say 60s, 70s had a real vibe about it, that it wasn't like overran with tourist trap stuff. And the tourist trap stuff that was there, it's gone, So I thought that was awesome. But always go back to Savannah and the Bluffton, South Carolina area.
Tybee. I love Tybee.
Tybee. Oh, God, yeah. Yeah, and that's another place where it's just like, I don't feel like it's over touristy.
No, I don't either.
It still feels like its own little community. And I think what we're chasing are the old, like the old lake towns that we remember as kids in those areas where, we were going up the lakes. For me, it was going up, my brother Joe had a place on Barbie, Little Barbie. And then the Joneses had a place somewhere around Tippy. And you guys had a place around Tippy.
We were on Little Tippy.
Yeah. So I think that's what we're kind of chasing, is kind of that vibe, but more than, because I gotta have good food, and I still travel up around there, And I'm still not seeing like,
We had good food, but we made our own.
well, that's it too.
We caught our own fish, had fish fries.
But what is it? What is it that makes us want to move everywhere we visit? Why? The, so just so everybody knows, we have done that because I can remember going to Madison in 2016 ish. Was that it? Maybe even before then.
Before that,
It was
girls
probably
were little.
yeah. We were camping.
Yeah.
And we went camping. I think we were tent camping that weekend.
We were. You hated it.
I did. Well, my weekend got ruined when I backed into a dumpster
Oh yeah, I
with
forgot
my
about that.
truck that I just got painted. So just got all the rust fixed. I back into a dumpster 4 days later. So that kind of takes the,
That
I'm
sucked a
having a
little bit.
great time off your list.
And
But
it was hot.
it was very hot. And some guy like had to drive by our campsite or rode or walked by our campsite and he's like, think you got enough truck to pull that? It's a tent.
That was in Bluffton. No, that was at Chain of Lakes.
That was?
Yeah. Yeah.
No, we took the camper up Chain of Lakes.
I don't know.
Either way. Not a great weekend, but we absolutely fell in love with Madison. We drove downtown and we saw all the old buildings and we were like, man, what a cool old town. We could totally live here.
And we couldn't find the river. Like, I remember looking for the river. We couldn't find the river.
Yeah.
We found an old church. I remember seeing an old church that was kind of down by the river, but we didn't know how to get down to the river. And when I think about it, we were probably just on Main Street.
Yeah, we were. We were on Main.
At that church. I remember going to the Red Pepper for pizza.
Yeah, we went to the Red Pepperoni.
And that was about the only restaurant open.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't see much of Madison downtown.
No, we didn't.
We drove through it the next day. But
Yeah.
like while we were there camping, we stayed at Clifty Falls for the most part and didn't go downtown.
But you remember having that conversation about, man, this town it's getting ready to boom.
Well, and then we went back there later on.
And it like gotten a few more shops open.
Yeah.
And then we come back. So it's probably 2012, maybe the first time we went there.
Probably.
2012, 2014. I don't think the girls were that little when we went the first time. I'd have to look at the picture. But there's a picture of me and you and the girls. And we're standing there with like some mascot for Clifty Falls. It's some big bearded dude that kind of looked like me.
Fireworks. Yeah, we were watching
we watched
fireworks.
fireworks from the hilltop. Right there at the
That was the
end.
second.
Was that the second time?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I remember going there and thinking, man, this place is getting ready to boom. And then next thing you know, we moved there in 2019, which was a great experience. And the problem that presents is that there is this part of me that says, when we go to these places and think we could live there, we could move there, we could live there, there's a part of me that goes, now, oh, I know we can. That's the problem. And then there's the problem of sometimes you'll say, let's do it. And you know that I can make that happen in like 2 weeks.
I try not to say that out loud where you can hear me, though.
Well, sometimes you do. And we both have it. We both have this wanderlust about us, this idea that we want to travel everywhere, but we don't want to just travel everywhere. We want to live everywhere too. I think the best bet would be just to get a camper, like not a camper, but
RV.
Yeah, like
or
a legit.
Old bus.
Oh man, totally. The number of buses that I look at on Facebook Marketplace, you have no idea.
Oh God.
You have no idea how many buses I've looked at over the past 10 years on Facebook Marketplace.
Now I'm nervous.
Have you seen one anywhere?
Not yet. We don't have anywhere to park it. We can't
Exactly.
park it here in our HOA.
Yeah, we can't park it here, but I haven't gotten one because I'm not real confident in that idea. It would have to be a diesel bus. They'll last so much longer. They're much more dependable. And I don't know that I'd want to paint it anything other than yellow. We could still keep it almost school bus yellow.
Teal green
Teal green.
or emerald green.
There's nothing like teal green to say, hey, 90s. Everything was teal green in the 90s.
That's probably why I like it.
I just remember like every car that I thought was cool was like, oh, teal green. That's awesome. But I don't know. So, where is your favorite vacation place that we've gone?
I really loved Naples, but that's because we had a sweet spot.
Man,
That was nice because it wasn't touristy at all where we were at. We were right on the beach. That
yeah,
I mean, it just opened up. The whole thing opened up to the beach,
yeah.
and you were right there, just steps away.
What was that turtle place down the road that was so fancy?
I don't know.
I
We
can't
didn't
remember.
go.
I know, I can't. Well, because you have to have like a reservation a year in advance.
I know. I can't.
The Jenner
The
twins,
Turtle Club. I don't know.
the kids I had, like Katie Jenner's kids, they went to the turtle place that was down there. They knew about it because they go there every time they go to Naples. That's like once or twice a year. And I was so jealous that these, sixth graders were getting to go to the Turtle Club.
You don't get in. You're not.
And I'm not.
You're not turtly enough for
I
their
was
Turtle Club.
definitely not turtly enough for the Turtle Club. But man, it looked like a pretty cool place, or at least a place where you get some incredible food. And they said they backed that up. They did tell me that it was great food. But Naples was awesome.
But probably my favorite is probably Tybee.
Yeah.
I like Tybee, Savannah, Bluffton, South Carolina.
Yeah. I mean, it kind of all goes back there. I think for both of us. And granted, that I've always liked the Gulf better than.
Yeah, I like the water. I mean, the ocean's it is so beautiful on the Gulf side. Clean, looks clean.
True. It's got to be cleaner. You don't have all the shipping containers going up and down through there. You know what I mean? All those big industrial commercial boats, ships that are carrying stuff all over the place, especially around Savannah and that
Virginia Beach.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Virginia
so
Beach was so dirty.
But I still liked it.
Yeah, it was enjoyable. It wasn't my favorite place either time we've been there, but still really liked Hilton Head.
Yeah, I like Hilton Head too. It's just so laid back there. I don't feel like it's just easy. It's easy there.
When we went there and we were looking at houses in 2017, and we spent that day with a guy named Joe. I can't remember his last name. Best realtor ever, by far, of anyone I've ever worked with. And this guy was he was ready.
Don't try and find him. He was in his 80s then.
I know. He was like so good. Like that guy, he was ready for us. We told him what we were looking for, and he had like 10 houses ready to go in a book that spanned the top end of our budget, a little bit over our budget, to the bottom end of our budget. And it rained. He took us everywhere in his car. He opened your door like
yeah, he was amazing.
He was awesome.
I loved him.
Guy had owned a restaurant and bar for years, right there at the bridge when you cross over from Hilton Head back to Bluffton. I mean, just what a great way to see that area, and him talk about the history of it and how it's continuing to grow. I think the thing I loved about that most was that they were very intentional about how they're planning that city and how they're anticipating the growth and not letting it become a tourist town. It's still a town for residents, and everything that they do there is based around that idea. All the paths, everywhere there was a bike path or a walking path.
I loved that about it.
Everywhere.
Even not just Hilton Head. That was like
all of Bluffton.
That whole area there. Yeah, you could bike anywhere.
Yep. All the neighborhoods had a bike trail.
Connected.
And you didn't know where.
To the schools, connected to I mean, everything.
To shopping, to schools, to residences, to condos.
To hospitals, to the medical buildings. Like, all of it was just very well
thought out.
And...
Yeah. That's still at the top of my list of where do I want to be.
Sorry.
No, you don't have to apologize to me. We made the decision
You were
together.
there once.
Well, I did have a job there.
I know.
I was ready to roll. I don't think that we could have afforded to live there on a teacher salary and a nurse salary at that time. But it's still in the back of my head. Sometime, some way. But by the time we're ready to just go wherever, I think we'll just have a schoolie and we'll just hit the road.
Schoolie? Is that
That's what they
they're called?
call them. Yeah, that's what. Well,
School bus?
yeah. So if you had spent as much time researching school bus conversions as I have,
Great.
I can't help it. Like I get an idea in my head and I can't help but run with it.
I know. And then when I say it out loud, then you definitely are going to be finding a school bus to convert.
No,
Now that you
I
think
don't.
I'm okay with it.
I don't know that I'm okay with it because the more I look at them, I'm like, oh my God, why do all that work when it's kind of like tiny houses. To me, a tiny house is a camper, especially the ones that are made out of sheds. You know what I'm saying? Like, why go through all that work to build a camper? You know what I mean? It's like it's a camper. At the end of the day, it's just a camper.
And you can just set your camper where you want it.
Right. You could have one on wheels that has a hitch on it. And when you're like, you know what? I don't think I want to live here anymore. You can just hook it to your truck. Or if you're really living the off the grid, zero footprint, small footprint type life.
I thought you were saying foot pics. Like, what are you?
Foot pics.
Only
No
fans?
foot pics.
Oh, no.
Well, maybe that's how we end up getting something like that. My ugly feet on OnlyFans or something. We could do ugly feet foot pics, or you could do your cutie feet foot pics, and like we'll have both sides of the gamut there, and that's how we'll live off grid, and like cities like Anderson that have internet service anywhere you go. You don't have to like have your own internet. You just hook to the Wi-Fi of the city, dude. Are you kidding me? We'll get a thing with Planet Fitness, and when we're tired of taking showers in our little
Ew,
camper.
no.
No?
No, I am not.
Well, you want to go to the truck stop?
No?
No.
I want to have a bathroom with a shower.
Well, and we will. In our camper. That, yeah, I love the idea of the tiny house. I do. But I just don't know how realistic it is when it comes to, maybe I need to get somebody on here that lives in a tiny house or has had a tiny house, but I still think it's just camper.
Yeah.
Like legit. Bill and Carrie's camper is not a tiny house.
No.
That thing's like a monster. But the camper we had would legit be a tiny house.
Mm-hmm.
And it's livable. That thing was livable. You could like
For two people.
For
Not
two
a
of us.
family.
Right. For two of us, you find a way to put a decent mattress in there. And I would sleep somewhere other than up against where my head hit the side of the camper and my feet were stuck against the wall. I'm sure it would be livable. So I mean, but I don't know. Maybe the idea of us moving somewhere is not as smart as it once felt. I still feel like we could just move around. And it wouldn't have to be in like a big RV.
We could be gypsies.
I don't know that I could gypsy.
Isn't that what you do when you're a gypsy?
No, and don't you remember that one show we watched where the gypsies just showed up? They'd park their RVs and live there for a month until the people got sick of them.
Uh-huh. That's what we do.
No.
Kind of what you just said.
No, it's different than that though.
You mean like we're going to work and...
Yeah, like we're not going to just totally mooch off everybody. I'm not a moocher. I can't do that. I don't have a problem parking my RV somewhere or whatever it is. I don't have a problem with that, but I'm not going to mooch. That's why, and I'm not saying that all gypsies are moochers. That's not what I'm saying.
No, I don't.
I don't know any gypsies.
Oh, Brian's a gypsy.
What? Brian, and I know Brian, you're probably going to listen to this because we were talking about you listening to my podcast, but Gypsy blood's very different than Gypsy lifestyle and culture.
Okay.
So I don't think it's fair to Brian.
Okay. Sorry, Brian.
So I want to make sure Gypsy culture is very different. Then it's a different feel from what I'm gathering. And I'm like I said, I don't have any personal knowledge of Gypsy lifestyle and culture outside of what I see on TV and what I've watched in like documentaries. Is that fair enough?
Yeah.
Is that
All I know is
correct
the
enough?
Gypsy wedding show. Remember when that was on?
I don't even. Did I watch
Watched
that? I don't remember that. But
And the documentaries.
either way,
Anyway,
so
we're not gypsies. That's not what we're doing.
where are we going next? Where's our next vacation? What did you
Uh,
talk about the other day?
Well, we're going to Austin.
Well, we
Austin.
are. I'm talking about like, and that's
Oh, I
kind of a
want to
work
go out
thing.
west.
Yeah, so we're ready to hit
Colorado.
like Colorado and do the whole Boulder, Denver, wherever else is right in there. So that's
California. I mean, I've been to Vegas, what, 3 times?
sure. So I think
And still haven't seen the Grand Canyon.
right. So we got to get to the Grand Canyon, which would be closer to Arizona. That's not really.
Well, we could just make that whole trip.
Do you really want to do that in all one
Take
week?
2 weeks. We can take 2 weeks.
You don't even have 2 weeks vacation.
Not right now. You don't even have a real job.
Well, we're gonna find out here in a couple weeks. We're gonna find out how real it is here in 2 weeks. I hope it's as real as I think it is. But so we're going to Austin, Houston, maybe Galveston in sometime in November, which would be a great time
Mm-hmm.
because it's not going to be as sweltering hot. I'm sure it's still going to be hot, but I don't imagine it's going to be summertime hot in November.
No.
So that's going to be nice. And then after that, we need to start planning a Colorado trip. So that's what we got to focus on. 'Cause we've been to the beaches. I
Well,
enjoy the beaches.
And I want to go to Alaska. I want to do an Alaskan cruise.
An Alaskan cruise,
Mhm.
really?
I do. And I want to go to Seattle. There's a lot of places.
Well, that's the Wanderlust part. We do want to see it, and we haven't seen the upper Northeast either. So I don't know if it's, how will we balance that? We got to start really. Maybe we need to just get a big map
Maybe.
and just say, here's the places we
Start
want to
travel
go.
nursing.
Good. I mean, do you want to do that though?
No.
I mean, why do that? Let's leave vacationing, and work for now. You know what I mean? So let's talk Colorado, Alaska, Seattle, like
Mhm.
upper northwest.
Yeah. We could go see your cousin Rachel.
Oh, I thought you were going to say my cousin Sasquatch.
What?
Well, that's where Bigfoot lives.
Oh.
Bigfoot lives in the upper northwest. We could totally go see.
Bigfoot's not real.
I haven't seen Rachel in
I hate
forever.
to burst your bubble.
Oh, okay. So just why do you say that? Why do you say he's not real?
There's no proof that he is real.
Is there proof that he doesn't exist? Why do you say he's not real? Because you haven't seen him?
Okay. I've seen him. He looks a lot like you.
So I'm totally in to go all over the Northwest. I think it's interesting, and yeah, that's my belly, just belly. It it has not come out. Northwest, Alaska, California. I totally want to see California. I want to see the Pacific
the
Ocean.
forest. Like I just want to go all through there.
So Tony Ugan
North.
and his wife, they flew into Vegas, rented a car, and just drove. I thought that was genius.
Yeah, that would.
I mean, it saves you, what, 2-3 days of driving?
And it's cheap to fly to Vegas.
Right. I mean, there's flights going there all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So just pop in a car and, man, I don't know, do you follow him on Facebook at all?
Mm-mm.
He was showing pictures of a road where they didn't see anything for like 20 miles. They didn't see a car for like over 20 miles. There was not a house. Like nothing.
That scares me a little bit with you running out of gas.
I haven't run out of gas in a long time.
Because I'm usually with you in the car saying, is it time to get gas?
To get gas. Well, I'll make sure we get gas before we hit the road. That way you won't have that kind of anxiety. Speaking of which, I really want to get a Tesla. Why? They can't hear your shrugs or your...
You can get a Tesla. I don't want a Tesla.
Why?
Oh, they're kind of ugly.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
They're expensive.
Not really. The prices would come down dramatically. But anyhow, that's probably never going to happen, folks. So we've got Redwoods, Oregon, Washington for a Bigfoot survival trip, Alaska, California,
Just every
Grand
state.
Canyon.
Maybe we need to just get a map and pin every state we've been to.
True,
and the
because
states
I'd
we
love to go
haven't,
to
'cause
Montana. I'd love to see
me
like
too.
Utah.
Utah, yes.
Man.
Salt Flats. Is that what they're called?
Yeah. I forgot about the Salt Flats in Utah, out in Bonneville. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I never thought about that. So it is time. Maybe we do need to get just a U.S. map. Start marking down the things we want to see and start knocking them off the list. We ain't getting any younger.
I know. That's what I was going to say. We better hurry because, well, we're 50.
Yeah. I mean, and we've just named.
You only get maybe 2 weeks.
Right. We just named like 20 things right there. That's 70. Shit. I don't like. Yeah. It's time to get on it.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
We still have New York. We still have all this Pennsylvania. We've been through Pennsylvania, but.
Yeah, but there's still a lot to see in Pennsylvania. Yeah. We haven't been to like we went to Pittsburgh.
And I've been in Pennsylvania several times.
But we haven't been to like Philadelphia. We haven't been to like Baltimore, like any of those old cities that we love. We love old cities. Been to New Orleans.
Vermont.
Oh, yeah.
Maine.
Maine. Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's time. It's time we start getting serious about and intentional about where we're going and what we're seeing. All right.
All right. No more Hilton Head then.
Okay. I mean, whatever.
Let's move there.
Well, when am I moving there? Not happening. Not happening. I'm perfectly fine living where I live and then just traveling everywhere if we can do that. I mean, we're never here anyway. Like, we're always, like, literally pull in, open the garage door, go inside, come back out, close the garage door, and pull out of our driveway and go somewhere else.
We do. I feel like we leave this
All the
neighborhood more
time.
than anybody.
Oh my gosh.
I feel like everybody's like, she just got home.
Man,
Now where's she going?
Friday, we left, I went to Richmond, to Winchester, to Muncie, to home. I was here long enough to grab like snacks to take with me because I'm fasting, folks. I'm on a weight loss thing too, which I might podcast about that next week. But I grabbed like maybe 10 minutes. I was here, changed, grabbed some tools, took off, and went back to Winchester. Was at Winchester for like 2 hours, came back home, parked my truck, came inside, saw that we had a package at the door that had, no, it wasn't for you. Sorry, it was just it was just a fabric sample, which I need to show you. It was a fabric sample for Via, as I'm working on some projects for them, and I got excited. So I grabbed that and some other stuff to take back to Via to share with them on that project. like I was here and gone, here and gone, here and gone so many times on Friday that I pulled out that's like when I came home the first time and then pulled back out, I thought, God, if anybody's tracking our movement,
Well, why would
you know,
anybody be?
people neighbor watch. Don't
Well,
kid
I know.
yourself.
That's what I said. They were like,
Yeah, I mean, what else are they gonna do? Like, oh, the Schicks are leaving again. Are they drug dealers? What are they? What are they doing? They come and go like nobody I've ever seen. And he has people show up to his house for like a couple hours and then they leave. What's he doing? I'm podcasting, folks. That's what I'm doing. And clearly, if they were listening to my podcast, they would know,
true.
and they wouldn't question those things. And I don't know that they are, but I'm guessing they are because I would be. Like if I'm thinking about our neighborhood, eh, I would be tracking the movement of me just based on the number of times my truck pulls in and out on a daily basis and the people that show up to come in and podcast on here over the past year. It'd be like, what's going on there? What's happening? They have lights in the back. What's happening? They're out there in the hot tub again playing music.
Yeah.
Oh my God, they're so loud. Is he cooking on the grill again? Nobody out here cooks on the grill that much. How many cabinets does he need in his garage?
That's the real question right there. That is the suspicious thing.
That is, why has he got so many cabinets? What's he cooking in there? Is he trying to make a garage kitchen? He's got a sink in his garage. Looks like a kitchen in there. Yeah, I'm doing stuff you don't need to worry about, folks.
And a kitchen table.
I do have a kitchen table.
And odd random chairs.
Yeah, a lot of odd random chairs. Well, it's all, it's all business related. I mean, the cabinets are to store stuff. At least stuff ain't all sticking out everywhere.
It's true.
I mean,
It is clean.
It is. I couldn't pass up a good deal. When somebody's selling their kitchen cabinets and bathroom cabinets, I'm probably the guy. It's like, yeah, I need more cabinets in my garage.
Oh, where?
I don't know. There's nowhere else to put them.
No, there's not.
There's very.
I mean, you have a wall right there. I guess you could put them right there.
Yeah, but I can't take up any more space in here.
Full. No, it gives me anxiety in here.
Really?
It really does. I don't. There's too much.
Well, I'm just getting started. I'm gonna start cycling stuff in and out before it's all over with. I'm gonna need a storage shed just so I can put my knickknacks. I bet Joe could use a storage shed for his knickknacks.
Probably.
The cool thing about this is, and you've listened enough times, I can talk about my siblings all I want because none of them listen.
That's true.
I can say whatever the hell I want.
My siblings listen.
They do. It's so bizarre. Not like weird in a weird way, but bizarre that yours listen, mine don't. And our girls didn't listen for a while, but I think Jocelyn's a more avid listener than Addison is at this point. She asks me questions about my podcast, and I'm like, really? It makes me so happy. It makes my dad inside of me.
They love you.
Get excited. So, well, that's kind of it for Wanderlust. We're the type of people that like to go everywhere.
Yeah. And like your meme said, 3 days. No, like I said, it's usually 3 hours.
It's about 3 hours.
It doesn't even have to take that. We drive through a little town and we're like, oh,
Yeah.
this is cute. Oh, look at that. Oh,
We could live in that house.
here. Yeah.
Let's live right there.
Oh, there's one for sale.
And we can't go out to a restaurant without looking.
And then we have to Zillow it and see how much.
That happened to us when we went to 4-day Ray, and I'm glad that I didn't
Oh,
short
yeah.
him a day this time because usually I say 3-day Ray, but I didn't want to short him a day. So 4-day Ray, we're sitting in there. We look across the street, cute little house. We're like, oh, we could totally put that house back together. It'd be awesome. We live right here. Wouldn't even have to go anywhere. We can just walk across the street. Which, living across the street from a bar is not the best idea.
It's more than a bar.
It is
It's a
more than a
restaurant.
bar.
They have
It
good
is.
food.
They do have really good food. They're not a sponsor. But we really do enjoy it. And we've had their chicken sandwich. You had the chicken sandwich. I've tried the tenderloin. I've had the cheeseburger. We had a pizza. What else did we have? We had something there that we really
Oh, the
liked.
meatballs were
Oh,
good
the
as an
meatballs. That's what
appetizer,
it was.
Mm,
Yeah.
They were my
They
favorite.
were so good.
But
Yeah.
that chicken was good. Nashville chicken.
Yeah.
Nashville hot.
Well, that'd probably be the next on my list when we go there. 'Cause
Or honey. What was it?
it was a hot honey.
Hot honey
Yeah.
chicken. Yeah.
It was really good. I haven't had anything. We haven't had anything there yet that we didn't like.
Mm-mm.
I mean, and that's not typical, But we've only been there twice
True. How you named off like 10 things. How have you had that many things and only been there twice?
because I try everybody's food.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
I sit there and stare at your food long enough to where you're finally like, "You want some?" You don't even wait anymore. As soon as you sit down, "You want some of this?" And you know the answer is yes. So it's not like it's a surprise to anybody. But the answer is always yes. But when Joe was here, we went there.
Yeah, that's true.
And I got half his tenderloin. And by the way, it was incredible when it was even warmed up. Throw that thing in the air fryer. Oh man, air fryers are a real deal, man. Like,
I saw they're really bad for you though.
why?
There's some kind of the metal in them is causing. Oh, I need to find an article about it and read it.
It's just
I saw-
Teflon.
Well, I don't know. There was something. I don't know. I have to look it up because I
Okay.
just saw a little like snippet that I read causing like almost like a lead poisoning, but
What?
metal. It was.
That's interesting.
I can't remember what the metal
I
was.
wonder if it's specific ones or something.
Yeah, probably.
'Cause, I mean, ours is just Teflon in there. There's not much to it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, that's good to know. Nobody wants to die because of their air fryer, So, anything else?
No, but there's. Say something happy now because I just.
We ended on a Debbie
can't
Downer note.
Downer it.
Well, we love traveling. And when we were younger, we could travel like 12 hours at a time or longer. Not so much anymore. It is becoming more difficult to spend. I don't know. What was our drive home from Memphis? Was that 8.5 hours? It's almost 9
8
hours.
or 9.
I think by the end of it, it was 9 hours. And I was ready to be home. But I'm glad we got that drive out of the way and didn't 2-day it on the way home.
I didn't think the drive home was that bad. The drive there, even though we stopped in Evansville, which is somewhere I could live too. It was a really cute town.
Really? I thought it was
Like
cute, but I don't know that I could live there.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It was right on the river.
Yeah, that's true.
All those beautiful old historic homes.
Yeah, but you don't want a 2-story house.
Oh,
So I don't know why
look
that's
like that. I might if it looked like that. Yeah, some of those. They're gorgeous.
Evansville's a pretty cool town. I liked it. And it is. It's,
What was that
I don't know.
cute little coffee shop we went to?
oh man, what was the name of that? It had like this whole,
Cat something? Was it?
it wasn't the Cat's Ass Cafe. That's over in Muncie.
Cat's ass.
Yeah, the old Flying Tomato
Oh yeah.
that has the 2 cats on it, and they have like X's on their ass. Like I call it the Cat's Ass, the Cat's Ass Cafe. No, it wasn't called that, but it had like a whole music vibe to it. Everything was like 70s music related. There was Beatles stuff. Was this something? No, it wasn't Abbey Road.
That's what I was
it
gonna
Abbey Road?
say. No, it wasn't Abbey Road, but it.
I can't remember now. Great place.
It was really good.
Yeah.
It was a cute little place.
Yep. You're messing with that wire, and
I'm sorry.
it's your ADHD or whatever kicking in.
Does nobody else play with the cord while
No.
they're sitting here?
They
Like
typically don't.
Oh.
Not like that. No one has tied knots around the microphone like that. I think that's really interesting. You had the microphone in a noose. It's like, I'm going to hang this thing. I so hate sitting here with you talking. Are we going to air this? Yep, we are. Yep.
Okay.
But no, I thought Evansville was cool. But that drive, I think it felt longer because we'd work that day, and then you get off work, you get in a car and you start driving. And we knew that we were going to be stopping in Evansville, which we stopped at Mama Bear's or
Oh my
Mother
gosh.
Bear's in Bloomington.
So good.
Yeah. I mean, lights
I
out.
love that place.
Just some of the best pizza out there. Stopped there and then went on to Evansville, which it felt like it was even longer from Bloomington to Evansville than it was from here to Bloomington.
I just thought from Evansville to Memphis felt like forever.
It did feel like forever. And I think part of that was we didn't take like a major interstate to get there for the most
But
part.
I like
I do
There's
too.
usually stuff to look at.
Man, it took forever.
It was just like bog fields. I don't know what they were. I think they were sweet potato fields.
I thought there were rice fields.
Oh, maybe.
I thought there were some rice fields when we got down
I
that way.
don't know.
I don't know. But traveling is definitely becoming more challenging. So
Gotta stop
flying.
and stretch.
Yeah, flying is the way to go for us. But even then, sometimes sitting on the airplane that long is like, oh my God. I don't remember what flight we were on, but one of them was really uncomfortable. It might
I
have
think
been.
it was a flight back from the Keys.
Yes. Oh my God.
We were all crunched in.
Yes. It was packed.
Uh,
Every seat was filled.
And we had to wait forever.
Waited for yeah, because we had to get de-iced. That was
Well, that
when
was
we
on the
were
way
going.
there.
Yeah, that's the one I remember.
Oh.
Is sitting in there getting de-iced. People were complaining about getting de-iced.
Yeah.
Listen, you're getting on a plane. Do not complain about getting de-iced ever.
I don't want to die.
Oh my God, how
Please de-ice my plane.
right? I mean, how stupid. Like, say that to yourself out loud. If you were somebody that was on that plane and or on a plane at any time and you're complaining about getting de-iced, say that to yourself. No, stop saying it to yourself. Say it out loud to the person sitting next to you on the plane. They're liable to smack you. Jennifer's playing cards. First person to get the cards out. You don't have to put them away, but it's interesting. First person to get the cards out. This is almost like what I do to Scott Love when I have these long goodbyes. Because I'll keep the conversation going when I know he's ready to go.
I was just looking at the cards.
You're like, oh, I'll put my microphone on the news. I'm going to kill this conversation.
I was just
All right. Well, what's the odds that I get a dead man's hand?
I don't even know what a dead
You know?
man's hand is. All
Ace.
aces.
Aces and eights.
Oh yeah.
No.
Oh, never mind. That's a song.
Yeah.
No.
That's the ace of spades. There's a song.
Yeah.
Motorhead. Yep. Folks, man, what an awesome opportunity to have Jennifer here with us. I'm so excited about that. That made me happy. Made me happy you came up here and
Me too.
podcasted with me. I've enjoyed it.
Good.
We need to do it more often.
I don't know.
Well, we're going to see. We're going to try for it. Once a month?
You might have to get a new cord.
I probably will.
Give me a fidget.
I've got all
Oh, a
kinds of
Rubik's
Yeah,
cube.
Rubik's Cube, there's cards. All I said was it was interesting that you picked up the cards and no one else has. I've had couples, a couple people that picked up the cards. Darren and Jennifer were up here. He might have had the Rubik's Cube out. But typically, I don't have anybody putting the noose in a noose around the microphone or
A noose around the microphone. That sounds. That's just
Trying to-
warped. I was just making knots with the cord. I was playing with the cord. I have to do something. I can't just say.
Well, my favorite podcast ever just happened. So I can mark that off my bucket list of things that I want to do in my life. And now we're going to create a map. We're going to start figuring out where we're going to go and start ranking them. We need to rank them. That way it's like, okay, we're going to do that after that, because then we'll get in gridlock of some sort of, whoa, why are we going there next? Or I want to go there, you want to go there. We're not going to two separate places. Sorry, it's not happening. If I'm vacation, I'm vacation.
I know
with you.
people who do that.
You do?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I won't say that's weird because I don't know them, but it's
It's
weird.
weird. I mean, if you're going with friends, like
Right.
girls trip, boys trip. Like, okay,
Right.
that's different. But
Yeah. I get it. Yeah. I couldn't do that. So next is Austin, Houston, Galveston, which is kind of a mix between vacation and work because it's a work trip for me.
yeah.
So, but I want to make sure find a way to include all those things in it. Take that week, spend a few days in Austin, a few days in Houston, a few days in Galveston, fly home. Get to see
Sounds
my
good.
brother, get to spend time with you, get to do some work stuff.
Get to see your brother, hopefully Katie and her family,
Absolutely, get to see them
Wendy,
all.
Jackson.
I can't wait. It's exciting.
I know.
It's
See where
exciting.
they live.
We haven't been there.
I know.
How many years have you been there? 7?
Uh,
8?
I don't know. A lot.
Been a while. Katie's been down there forever. So we're gonna find out. That's what happens when you mess around and you find out. All right, everybody. Thanks for listening in. Wanderlust. Who else has got it? If you got Wanderlust, hit that message thing and let us know about it.
How do you not? I don't
don't know.
understand people that don't like to travel.
Yeah.
I
Some
know.
people just are content where they're at, you know? Some people are very content to go to the same place all the time,
I know.
you know? Like,
Yeah.
that's not us.
No.
Um,
No. I like to see other things, how other people live, other
mhm.
cultures. I don't know.
Yeah. There's a friend down in Madison, him and his family and like a group of them. They have like A20 stickers because they always go to the same place down in Destin or somewhere every year. Every time, every year. Cool, but not for me. Not something I'm interested in. I mean, I think that's awesome. It's a great way to, build memories, whatever, but I want to go everywhere. It's almost like I don't know that I could be a Lake Cottage person.
Mm.
I really don't because
I could.
I couldn't.
You could still travel.
Yeah, but then
And then the weekends you're not traveling, you're at your lake cottage in the summer. Travel the winter. Go to the college in the summer.
there are so many variables to that. Like
What?
every
I could go to Michigan every weekend. I'd be happy.
okay, why aren't we doing that?
Because we don't have that money.
Hence why we're not having a lake cottage. There it is. There it is.
Well, I didn't know. Like, this was
Yeah.
just.
I mean, it's just one of those things. Now, listen, if and we've talked about this. If let's say my parents or your parents or whoever had purchased a lake property back when they were affordable, which they weren't affordable to them at that time, which and then now they're just outrageous. It's incredible to
I
me.
know. I wish we had my grandma's
Oh my
property.
God, man.
But I don't even think it's there anymore.
I don't think it is either. Somebody I was talking to a while back was saying that it's not. That at one time it was. They made everybody get the old trailers out,
Yep.
and then they moved some new ones in, but I don't think it lasted. But the other day when we were driving through Warsaw, did you notice we were going up? I can't remember if it was Detroit Street or Votah. I think it was Votah. It runs along the lake.
Mm-hmm.
They're in downtown Warsaw. There were like multiple houses along the lake shore
Yeah.
that were apartments.
Yeah. I saw
I
that.
thought that was really weird because like
Why would
those
you
are
turn that into an apartment? Yeah.
well, yeah, but if you looked at them, they've been apartments forever. So somebody bought all those properties years ago, made them into apartments as an investment property, probably not realizing, probably not with the foresight of, God, in the 2020s, then I can really make a profit on these $20,000 homes I bought in 1975, and turned into apartment buildings to make money off
They
of.
were run down. Like
Yeah.
the ones I saw were like
Yeah.
run down.
It's
and
time. Yeah, it is time. And I'm a little surprised it hasn't happened yet because every other lake property around is
Well,
being
there were some really nice houses there, but
right, but not those.
no.
So it's kind of surprising
Mm-hmm.
that in 2024 there's still apartments that are run like need maintenance. Let's say that. So I don't know if they were run down.
Well,
I don't know what they looked like.
compared to the houses beside them,
They were run down.
but they're apartments. I mean,
Right.
you don't usually put a lot of money in
That's true.
apartment buildings. They get tore up most of the time.
This is true. And you would think along the lake they would be.
Mm-mm. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Like, you'd think those would be really nice and they could get really good money out of them.
Wow. Yeah. Well, I'm sure they will. But anyway, we like to travel. We want to go everywhere. That's what we do.
We do.
All right. Folks,
Wanderlust.
that's it. That's all we got. Hey, if y'all would thank Jennifer for coming on the podcast, just shoot us a message. And if you're a Wanderlust person, send me a message. Let me know. Like, I like to travel. Yeah, I do the same, whatever. Or if you're one of those folks that is, nope, we go to the same campground every weekend, every year, and have done it since I was 6, and now you're 60, I want to hear from you too, because I want to understand that. I want to understand what that is, because I don't possess that desire to go to the same place every weekend. And different strokes, different folks, right? But for me, I want to go everywhere. Jennifer's the same for the most part.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. We're out of here. See you.